YouTube. Welcome to another episode of IndieCent Exposure. My name is Isaac, and I'm here with my co-host James. And as for today's episode, we have on special guest Andrew. How are you going today?
Hey everyone.
Alrighty. Now, today we're having a look at Grapple Hoops. This is your game. Developing it just by yourself, is that right?
Yeah, most of the work, it's all me, basically. Yeah.
Alrighty, let's dive into it. Let's hit go there, James.
Alright, well I suppose I'll start the tutorial then.
Right, so in a few words, how would you describe your own game, Andrew?
Alright, so Grapple Hoops is a first-person, fast-paced, speedrunning kind of game where you basically play basketball, but you're also given a grappling hook, and you also know parkour. And there's also a lot of explosions too.
Where did the concept for this game come from? Like, what made you think that a basketball game needed grappling hooks in it?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Well, I just wanted to develop something very unique. So I just started combining random ideas, and that's when it happens. I just asked myself, what will happen if I combine basketball and grappling hook?
Was there any
think of-
games that you drew inspiration from when making this game?
Oh yeah, definitely. Mirror's Edge. I definitely got inspiration from Mirror's Edge, as you can see from the movement, wall running, parkour, and the graphics a little bit. And Titanfall 2. Titanfall. I also got inspiration from the wall running from Titanfall, which is very similar. And Super Hot 2. The slow motion and the graphics a little bit.
Have you worked on video games before this?
Uh, Mostly hobby for myself, just creating little games. The past few years, I created multiplayer games to play with my friends and have a lot of fun. But it's mostly just little small games that I've never really finished. Just small little games to play with my friends mostly.
Right, so this would be your first commercially released game then.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, how far in development are you with this game?
I started developing the game about a month ago. I think it was on mid-December, so it's a little over a month.
Right, that is an impressive turnaround.
Thank you.
Does that mean that this game was actually quite easy to develop for you?
Well, yeah, it actually was. I do have a pretty good amount of experience using Unreal Engine, so it wasn't that hard for me to create a prototype. I had a few assets too, and yeah, it was kind of easy actually.
Now,
Yeah.
before we started recording and we were just looking at this game on the shelf, you mentioned how it looked difficult. Do you still think it's a difficult game?
I think it could be a difficult game. It could certainly be made difficult. So far it's not been particularly difficult. It's more just fun messing around with the mechanics than
Well, you
any
do
real
appear to be
difficulty.
having just fun. This is supposed to be a speedrunning game, so I feel that the difficulty scales.
Yeah,
how
it probably does.
To
How
accomplish
committed
it.
you are to that.
Yeah.
So, what was the most frustrating part of making this game?
That would have to be the code actually. There's so much code you have to write, but mostly for multiplayer. Multiplayer is the hardest thing you can do in Unreal Engine, in my opinion, because let's say you want to finish a project in 1 week, but you decide to add multiplayer, then that 1 week becomes 3 weeks. That's how hard multiplayer is to add. I mean, it might have to do with experience too, but multiplayer is very advanced. It's very hard to add to a game, so
Did
that
you
would
ever think
probably be
of
it.
Did you ever think of scrapping the multiplayer mode to save on time?
Oh yeah, definitely. But I would love to add a multiplayer mode, so I'm probably gonna keep it.
Nice shot. Alright, I gotta talk about the sound design in the game. So, there's little clicks when you respawn, you get a wolf whistle when you return your ball, and obviously this dubstep of techno music going on. What was your design process going into the sound design for this game? Was it just whatever's fun?
Yeah, mostly yeah, but I also wanted music that had a lot of action, a lot of bass. You can just feel the action basically. I didn't want to add like calm, chill music. This game is not about that. This is like a serious action kind of game. So I wanted to add music that would match that. And I found this really cool YouTube channel called Aim to Head, and that's basically where I got my music from. Uh, they're really cool. I sent them an email, and they said, "Yeah, cool, you can use the music." So that's where I got the music from. Yeah, I believe it fits the game really good.
Alright, so you sent us some codes for extra levels as well.
Oh yeah, this is the sandbox level. You're basically free to do anything. There's no objective. It's just done.
Right, so this is a bit of a test map for you then.
Yeah, this is actually where I tested multiplayer for the first time on my Discord server. We were about 13 people testing this, and it was actually pretty smooth. Everything went, for the most part, everything was okay. And it's also a pretty good looking map too.
So what we played just previously, was that all that is in the game right now aside from these bonus levels?
Yeah, that's basically it. It's just level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 basically. This is mostly the demo, so it does not include all the levels that I'm planning to add. Obviously, there's gonna be more chapters and an actual story. And the most important thing, in my opinion, multiplayer.
So you mentioned how long you've been working on the game. How much further do you think you have to go before you call it done?
There's definitely a lot of features that I want to add to the game. I would definitely like to finish the game in 2021, and I'm aiming to release it about this summer, like mid 2021. I would like the game to be finished.
What sort of process do you go through when you make a level?
So basically, I try to decide on what kind of level this is gonna be. Is this gonna be mostly a grappling hook level or mostly a wall running level? And once I decide on that, then I start like drawing an image on my head on what I want it to be, the kind of buildings I want to place, and all of that stuff. And then I just start experimenting. But basically, that's pretty much it. I think of a level idea, I start placing stuff down, and experiment and test it. And if I see some stuff are not fitting there, or they might be causing a problem, then I start removing them, and then and just have fun basically till it feels good.
Are you just having fun?
I am
flying
just
through the
having
air right
fun.
now?
Fulfilling all my Spider-Man fantasies.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna show you a really cool feature. It's basically called the detonator. So once you throw a ball, you can press X and you're gonna activate the detonator and the ball is gonna explode. You can try it out right now.
Oh, I did not know about that.
Yeah,
That's
that's an experimental feature I would love to finish.
And you
It
can just
basically
recall it.
launches you, and yeah, it helps a lot with speedrunning. Basically, you just throw it and then activate, and it launches you up in the air, and it also kills enemies. So. Oh yeah, there's also sliding. Oh yeah, the shift is a dodge button I'm working on. It's very OP and has no cooldown, so yeah. And control is also slide. So
You should make it like the Apex Legends slide where if you're on a slope you can just keep
yeah,
going.
Apex Legends. Actually, that's a very cool slide they have. It's very smooth. I would like to
Yeah,
add that
very
to this game.
nice.
You mentioned that Titanfall is an inspiration, and Apex Legends is an offshoot of that. So
Yeah. I mean, Apex Legends has a really cool movement system. I would like to add something like that, like the climbing and stuff, and the zip lines and all that. I would love to add them too.
I
It's
imagine
about
this
the
game
config.
has had a plethora of funny glitches that have come through. How wrong?
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of glitches. My favorite one was especially on multiplayer, the
Whoa.
headless play, the headless players with no hands just running around. Because before there was no hand holding the gun, it was just a floating gun and legs basically, and that was one of the funniest bugs. And right now there's a very game-breaking bug. Basically, if you play the game on 30 FPS, you just get launched to outer space. And a lot of speedrunners have been using this to their advantage.
Do you have any concerns about how picky speedrunners would be? Obviously, in order to speedrun, you want your controls to be tight. So, do you have any worries about your ability to deliver a game that's balanced enough to satisfy people that love speedrunning and want that level of control?
Yeah, I would love to satisfy speedrunning people, but um, I can't satisfy everyone, obviously. But uh, the game focuses a lot mostly on casual players. Speedrunning is an option, but for the most part, I'm just gonna add leaderboards, a timer, a difficulty setting, and yeah, that's pretty much it for speedrunning.
Do you have any experience with speedrunning yourself?
For the most part, no. But once I created the game, a lot of people wanted to speedrun the game, so I added a lot of speedrunning features like the timer and leaderboards and all that stuff.
Whoa!
Whoa.
There you go. You slide on that ramp and you go
Oh
absolutely
yeah, I
nuts.
forgot you have the you have the bug where
I'm
your
gonna dunk
players
it.
basically.
Am I still going up or down?
No, I don't think you're ever gonna fall with this bug, so you're gonna have to restart. And R is not gonna
I'm
work,
moving
I
now.
think. Oh, okay.
I think
Actually, you
I'm
might be
going
able to get
down.
this.
You might just be going forward.
Well, you are falling though, so. You missed.
Oh, that's a perfect demonstration. of,
Almost.
how high you go.
Yeah. Yeah, the player is rotated a little bit. So basically, it's a bug that your player is. Yeah, you can see here your player is rotated the wrong way, so that's why a lot of movement is very weird.
So what exactly is the bug here?
The
Oh,
bug?
Does
Oh.
it matter though? No, it does not.
Hey, let's go. Nice.
I am the
wait,
best.
so the bug was that your character model was turning slightly. What was that doing to the game?
Well, the effect was that it wasn't letting me bounce on the... Because those tires at the bottom of the ramp are supposed to bounce you up onto the platform ahead.
Right, but
I was
it
unable
looked like
to...
you were slipping between them.
Plus, when you slide, you get launched up in outer space too.
Let's see if I can replicate. No, I can't replicate that.
Yeah, because there's no bug yet, so. Oh, you're just gonna keep going, okay? You might break the game.
I can't even
Is
see
there
the
even a
map.
limit?
Oh,
I'm not sure.
oh,
Oh,
oh!
I think
Uh-oh.
I think we broke the
I
game.
think we found the limit. I can't even restart.
Yeah, gonna have to Alt F4.
I can't.
Alright.
It's broken the game completely.
Alright,
Can't
well,
even.
that looks like a good spot to wrap it up. Thank you again for coming on Andrew. I'll leave I'll leave a link to the game in the description in case you want to play it yourself or support the development. Otherwise, please subscribe if you'd like to see more of IndieCent exposure, or send us your game if you would like to be featured. Adios, YouTube.
Alternatively, you could leave a link for the description in the game.